Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm doing a second version of this video that I was going to do earlier today, and that's about the rumors about certain CV1984 reinstitution of mandates and lockdowns and so forth. Now the rumor mill was very much exacerbated by a certain Texan with a gravelly voice and who has been predicting a lot of bad things for a long time, including last year. Now, first of all, let's talk about what has happened in the last year and a half with regards to this stuff, and let's take a step back and take a little bit of a deep breath, because obviously with me, I will refuse anything unless there was sufficient evidence that people were falling down the street. Like literally, I would not. I'm not going to do anything regards to anything different. I'm not going to comply, which may result in me being homeless or killed or whatever, because I'm not going to follow their orders if they did implement some kind of major thing, especially. So that's my choice. Unemployed or homeless or dead. Those three are my choices, and people might think I'm crazy, but the fact of the matter is, if they implemented something on that scale again, it would, to me, be a sign of what they're wanting to do as far as all the theories go about this whole thing. So I would fight, I would fight it. Now, there's been a lot of rumors about this because of some alleged hearsay evidence from TSA agents or something that Jones was supposedly talking to, or confirmed, like they're going to try to mask up at the airport again or something like that. And here's what I think about this. Now, people have said that people have too much of political amnesia. That goes for conspiratorial people and alternative media people as well. I seem to remember, for example, in 2022, after everything's lifted, they were spreading this rumor that there was going to be a lockdown and all this stuff. And I remember 2021, September, there was supposed to be another bigger lockdown. I think it was 2021, or maybe it was 2022. I get the two confused because years blur together. Now, 2022 was a substantially better year for me than 2021, which was the worst year of my life for many reasons. I'm still having challenges, of course, but So this is you have the usual suspects. Chris Sky has come on and said they're quickly. This is what his Twitter said. They're quickly reinstating mask mandates now. I guess there's one college and two hospitals in New York that I've never even heard of that have implemented these mandates. Last summer, I recall there was a hospital that reinstated a mask mandate already. Yeah, last summer. And yet, my job, my life has been unaffected by this. Now, there might be, if there's more colleges that do this or do the jab-a-dab-a-do mandates, and obviously we can talk, we can have a conversation about this. But fact of the matter is, it's on a very small scale right now. Give it a week or two. If it's significant, then I will say yes, they're going to redo this stuff again. But so far, there's been a lot of mixed messages. You read an article and the headline says, "Oh my God, blah 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 blah," and you go down, lie by structure, as people have called it. You go down to the bottom, the middle of the article. Oh, these new variants aren't any worse than the other ones, blah, blah, blah. So to say, for one, that we're all going to get locked down is ignoring the evidence and also past events. Because Alex Jones himself, has predicted this multiple times, that we would go through this again. He has what makes this evidence or source, what makes these sources any more credible than he had a year ago or 2 years ago, that they're going to do the full shebang again. There's none, because he's been wrong numerous times. And I'm not saying that he's never right. I'm just saying that he's been wrong numerous times. Now, this Chris Sky post on Twitter was stupid. So it's like all over the place. Harvard, Yale. I remember last year when they were doing these mandates and stuff, and they were still pushing these things. And in the summer when things picked up, they're like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and they took them back pretty quickly. Eventually, I think there's probably some still that have these. Same with mask mandates. There's still hospitals that have them. They've never gotten rid of them. So until I hear an official word from the federal or state government, or city government for that matter, that they're redoing this. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if there's certain events as they do different places. You have to have such and such. It's only been a month since there's a local karaoke here in town you had to have the shot to attend. And every other event at the venue, other than like this kink event, was free of that. Maybe they'll reinstate that. I'm not going to go to that fucking karaoke. Fuck that. Maybe they'll reinstate masks. I don't know. I think on some small scale there will be a few places doing this. I don't think until I hear word from a city or state official or federal official for that matter that they're redoing all these guidelines and these mandates, I do not believe a word that they're saying, or I choose not to, because there's no consistency with this. There's always been since in the last 2 years, the last year and a half, there have been places that have on a smaller scale. Like I said, I've read about hospitals reinstated in October, some hospital last year or something. Okay, but if it's across the board, I think we would hear more. But there's this fear mongering, and in a way, it really affects my mental health. And I feel really depressed and really afraid, already having challenges this month. But in a certain way, the fact that people are crying out about it and screaming about it on the right and on the dissident left, that is particularly the RFK crowd, basically, which I count myself sort of part of. The 20% that are Democrats or liberals that support RFK Jr. that did not like the guidelines and the restrictions, yet they believe in, maybe they believe in Medicare for all, believe in some sort of welfare state, believe in, environmentalism on some level, but they specifically hate the authoritarian wave that the left has gone, or they may even be Cornel. There's some Cornel West people, believe it or not, like Revolutionary Black Network and people like that hate that hate the CV stuff. This thing is, they'll have not only the right wing to reckon with if they do start this shit again. They have a lot of the left, dissident left, but the left anyways. So they have a huge portion of people. I mean, you could almost say it's 60-70% of people. If you count how many people support RFK in the Democrats, and add most right-wingers, let's just be honest, don't support this shit. That's 60% of the population. I'm not saying it's 60% all, as an aggregate number per se, but it's a huge, significant portion that are not for this. Once you heard about BLM in New York being against some of these mandates, it was over. It was the beginning of the end of this shit. So no, I don't believe that these things are going to come back, especially the big ones. Now, it's a pain in the ass because, you want to plan your weekend, you want to plan your night with your significant other or whatever, and it's like, oh, they require masks there? That's probably what it'll be more like specific events, we say, we require masks, because they really worked the last fucking 4 times, right? They all work. Everything works, by the way. It all works. YouTube, all that stuff really works and really stops it, by the way. It really does. It really. These ideas of the mask transformers G.I. Joe working, of course, I don't believe those toys work necessarily, right? So I don't think they took the toys don't provide enough. I mean, maybe a Negatron 95 well fitted with something like that, maybe it keeps it out. But a cloth Autobot, it's not going to do it, and in my opinion, it's not going to do it. I mean, there's not a lot of randomized controlled trials. In fact, all of it points to the evidence in the contrary. Especially, there was a Vietnamese study. There was a study in Sweden more recently. There were a lot of studies that do not count this to be something. I cannot breathe in the motherfucking thing, and that's why I'm not going to wear one. I can't. I have like a blocked septum slightly or something from childhood or whatever. It's hard for me to go to the dentist and breathe. So I'm kind of a mouth breather to some extent, is what I'm saying. You probably already said that, some of your trolls. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Now, a week or two will tell. This is what happened last year, though. I was afraid all the time that I was going to lose my job and be homeless and stuff because of this shit, because I'm not going to comply. But it never happened. Every week there was, cases are rising. They're recommended now. The mask transformers, G.I. Joes, over your face, right? They're recommended. I'm doing masks because it's an 80s toy commercial thing like those two other ones. That's why I'm saying that. So that didn't happen. I thought it was going to happen any day. They got rid of they pulled out half their shit. They pulled half the stuff. Half these things are gone. Half these agencies that they established, they were, disbanded. People quit these boards. This is the reason why it's like, there's like Romanian V that just did a video on this, which was very relevant, because it's like they can't just switch it back on. It would take a while to get all that stuff going again, especially for something as extreme as a lockdown. Now, I'm not going to get fooled into doing anything that I don't want to do. I don't think you should either if you don't want to do it. But obviously, they're going to try to sell their baby booster seats, right? They're going to try to sell that. So they have to do these things. They're already tied in with the media. So yeah, they're going to try to scare people. They're going to try to say some stuff. But it's like last summer, it didn't happen to most people. This is what bothers me about it. It's like last summer, there was similar talk, similar articles, similar conspiracy people talking about this shit. And yet nothing happened. So Romanian V is probably right. Let's pray that he is, because I'm not going to go through this shit again. I will probably have to sacrifice my life if it goes full force authoritarian, because I don't have enough, I'd be engaged in armed struggle with these Decepticons, right? I like Decepticons. I want to get more. I like Decepticons. I like Megatron and Galvatron and Starscream especially. I have a poster of Starscream up, but I'm not going to be fooled by these people, and I'd have to. I don't know. Hopefully, I'd find a remote job or something. I don't know. It's really scary. It does scare me. No, the thing is, it does scare me, these rumors. But the fact that there's not really any teeth to it this time from the conspiracy people, because there's nothing they can point to other than this one rumor of hearsay and a few articles and a few hospitals or whatever, which happened last summer, is what my point is. So I'm hoping it doesn't happen. It really would suck for most people to have this happen. Now, there was talk about all this stuff happening in Canada in 2021 that never happened, this huge new thing. There was all these rumors. All of this stuff never fucking happened, okay? None of it. I can count like 5 or 6 things they predicted would happen and didn't happen. That doesn't mean that I like the biomedical security state apparatuses, or that I like what they did to people, or I like what they have planned with the currencies, all that stuff, if they do have anything planned. I'm just saying, currency vitamin C, current vitamin C, central piggy bank current vitamin C, using hobo code, by the way, that Matt McKinley came up with. Like, he's like, well, we got to code our massages on video tube because our massages, can't go through otherwise. And they're cracking down on stuff again. They're cracking down on, on plumber crack. They're cracking down on plumbers that talk about certain things again. That's true. It's a more general guideline, but they are plumber cracking down. Those plumbers, right? The Prune Brothers. Check that out. I think it's on one of those sites, those old not tube sites, but like what is that one? eFucked? I think they're the Prune. It's messed up. Prune Brothers. I think they're like supposed to be plumbers or something. Like, that's the old adult movie standby. Oh, we're the plumbers who've come to arrive. Oh, yeah. Oh, you said come, huh? Anyways, I'm hoping this doesn't happen. I'm praying it doesn't happen. I don't not want to live another day like 2021. I don't want to sell all my stuff. I don't want to have to get out of here. Like, these are thoughts that go through my brain. Now, thankfully, I'm taking some classes. Maybe I could hold off a couple of months of money and get something going. I don't know, but it would be misery anyways. Who would want to buy band patches or t-shirts or affiliate links or whatever, whatever the hell I would do if everything's locked down, what I mean? So, or even with masks, it's like Transformer mask, G.I. Joe, Thundercats mask, they wouldn't want to do stuff. Anyways, this doesn't make any sense, but read between the lines. That's about all.